Are you struggling with how to make your read aloud time awesome? In this video, I'm going to share with you how to plan and prep for your read aloud time. And I help teachers create positive learning experiences for the students in their classroom. All right, let's dive in. As educators, we have been told time and time again how important the read aloud time is. We must really think about what we want to accomplish, plan for it, and then prep everything that we need. So where's the first place that we start? I like to begin by thinking about my book selection. I want to make sure that I am picking quality books. So what am I looking for? When I take a peek at a book, I first look at the characters. I want characters that can engage students, characters that they relate to and that remind them of themselves, and diverse characters. I remember growing up and there were not a lot of characters that looked like me. I was unable to relate to a lot of characters because I didn't see characters that looked like my family or my friends. So I am always on the hunt for books that are reflective of the students in my classroom. Nothing will derail your read aloud time than having tons of books with characters that students can't relate to. The next place I look is language. We know that these days students are coming into our classrooms and their vocabulary deficit is huge. So it's more important than ever to pick books with rich language. When students hear this language, they begin to use it in their conversations, and eventually this will show up in their writing. The next thing that I look for are the illustrations. I will tell you, I have picked up books just on the illustrations alone. If the illustrations grab me, then I am in before I ever read a word. And the same is true of your students. If the pictures don't grab their attention, then they are done. When they don't necessarily understand all of the words, the visual storytelling will pull them in. I also think about my focus. Books can be used to introduce a new author, an illustrator, a topic of study, a new type of book, word patterns, or vocabulary. The next thing I like to think about is a cozy place to listen to a book. There's nothing more I love than cozy places. We know that the attention span of students have definitely shortened over the years. So I love to bring them in closer so that they can feel like they're right there with the story. By creating an area specifically for read-alouds, it makes it special because all of the students are coming together. So in addition to comfy, I want to make sure that it is cozy. Now, I've never had a rug in my room, but I love to use those colorful foam mats. Another thing I like to think about is the conversations that we will have around the story. So like I said, I always notice the illustration, especially the cover illustration. So then I bring it to the attention of the students. I ask them, what do they notice? What do they think will happen just from looking at the illustration on the cover? During reading, I like to remind students if we have read a previous story by the same author. I help students to make connections with their real life experiences and their reading experiences. Then eventually, I encourage them to start making their own connections. Next, we have to read the story with appropriate expression. Don't be boring. I make all of the noises. I use everything on my desk to make noises. Like if an animal is knocking on the door, I'll go, and their eyes are like, what? What is that? Don't be boring. Make it fun for the students. So let me know in the comments below, how many of you use weird voices and sound effects when you read your stories? Also, make eye contact with your listeners while you're reading. They love it. I don't know why, but they do. Probably because it makes them feel like they're part of the story. After reading, ask the students who their favorite characters were in the story. What did they get from the story? Ask them about their favorite illustrations. And it's okay, starting out, you may have to model this several times. Ask them to retell the story or find different solutions to the problems that the story presented. Encourage them to respond to the reading of the story in different ways. So during this, you will be doing a lot of modeling, and it's okay. But like I always say, model, 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 and then model some more. So several times throughout the day, I will pick a read aloud, and we may not have a focus. I may not want to pick out a comprehension strategy or anything to go along with it, but other times I do. When I want to pull something out of a story, I have these story task cards that I keep at the front of my classroom. You can grab your free set by clicking the link in the description. See you guys next time.